Hi there, welcome back. This is the 7th video in the Test First development series. And in this one, I want to give you some ideas about how you might approach load testing or performance testing. But before I dive into that, I want to pick up one thing from the last video. So you may have noticed that in this test error conditions function here, in this method, we did a lot of tests. And then when we ran them, the very first one, the assertion failed. And if you look at what happened, basically we got that assertion and then the test stops running. So that's the standard behavior. Once you hit one assertion failure, it just stops and doesn't bother checking anything else. And for the most part, that is what you want and that works well. But there are situations where maybe you want it to keep going and checking additional assertions. And maybe that will give you a little more information about what's going on and make your debugging go a little faster. So NUnit gives us a way to do this. We can say Assert.Multiple, and then we simply give it a delegate. And our delegate in this case is all of the additional tests that we would like to run. So that's how that works. Let me just make this a little bigger so you can see it all. Assert.Multiple, and here are all of the tests. So now when we run test error conditions, what it's going to do, as you'll see, is it reports at the top level multiple failures or warnings in tests, and then it enumerates them. This one failed, this one failed, this one failed, this one failed, etc., etc. So if you want to bundle multiple assertions, you can do it that way. All right, so now let's talk about performance testing. So we don't explicitly have any business rules about performance. So we're going to kind of have to make it up. But let's just say that we feel like our app should be able to place orders within 5 milliseconds, and it should be able to handle quite a few in a row. So here's just an idea of how you might think about writing this kind of test. Public void test performance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say system.diagnostics.stopwatch. So a stopwatch is a great little diagnostic class we can use to make sure things are, to basically time how long things take. And then we can say stopwatch.start. And then for int I equals 0, I less than 1,000, I plus plus. And let's place an order in the middle there. And we can just grab one of these delegates to save us a little time. And we have to give it a valid drink name. So we're going to place 1,000 orders in rapid succession. And then we can do stopwatch.stop. And then our assertion might be something like this. So assert less 5,000 stopwatch dot elapsed milliseconds. So what we're saying there is each order should take no more than 5 milliseconds. And if we run 1,000 of them together, it should take less than 5 seconds. So, this is a little bit arbitrary. It will depend a lot on your application and how exactly you want to load test, but this gives you an idea of how you could creatively construct some tests that push your app a little bit and check its performance. Okay, that was a quick one. I will pause it there, give you a chance to try it out on your own, and I'll talk to you soon.